Hi, babe. welcome to Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore. It has been a while. I've missed you. I've missed you so much. But we're here. We're here together. We're communing. We're going to read these tea leaves. We're going to figure out what's going on for this period of time coming up. And we're not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it here. So, the first thing that I noticed when I got this dish upright was this person right here. We have the head, we have the upper body, we have the leg. This one is the other leg, and it is extended. It looks like somebody leaping, somebody running. Really, moving quickly. Okay, so this is intense. Now, down here, it looks like we have a person who's like hanging on, right? Oh, don't go, come on, just one more chance, that kind of feeling. Just don't leave me, don't leave the situation, don't quit, If you've ever been at a job and there were a few workers that were probably doing the most. Let's just be real. That's how workplaces usually are. There are a few people who are just really going. And when they decide to up and leave, everybody's like, oh, please stay, don't go. So it's kind of that energy of like, we can't do this without you, or I can't do this without you. There is a real anxiety coming off of this person down here. Now, up here, we have two people, and they look like they're in combat, dude. They look like they're fighting. This one is jumping up and kick, you know what I mean? And it looks like it is making contact. This person is falling backwards. Now, we also have the number 43, okay? We have what looks like, I'm almost going to say like a snake in the grass here. There's a lot of, we have a goddess down here. Here's the head, arms out. It looks like a squirrel on the shoulder. This is definitely a very elemental, earth-leaning goddess. And we have up here the broken arrow. So I feel like you're an avoidant person. Now, this is like in, the pop psychological spiritual lexicon all the time. Avoidant personality, avoidant attachment, or whatever. I don't know. I forget what it's called. But basically, you're skirt every time something, that doesn't really serve your vision, your purpose, it gets emotional, it's overwhelming, it's overstimulating, and there's a need for space, for autonomy, for I guess not to, maybe, at the core of it, it's almost kind of like, I don't want to be watched. I don't want to be observed. I don't want my behavior or personality to be altered by the circumstances of whoever or whatever is around me. Now, we all do this, right? Like we were talking about a few readings ago. There's a real sense of the collective going through a very tumultuous period where a lot of conditioning is falling away. Now, is it being replaced by other conditioning? Probably, right? But a lot of people are waking up to the fact that the way that they were raised, the things that they were told, how, institutions and systems and beliefs and whatever had worked, just probably it wasn't always so transparent, right? But also, it just wasn't what it said it was. And it did not serve you as an individual's highest purpose. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, right? So we're waking up to this. The collective is. There's a lot of, I think, grief, collective grief, mourning what we believe to be life, to be real, to, both socially and with just in the material in general. I mean, even if you're somebody like me that likes to nerd out following like news within the sciences, now if you're somebody that's really into science, it's ever changing. That's the whole nature of science. But there's also a lot of stuff that's just like being disproven, or there's more information and now it looks different. And so these paradigms that we have briefly, and let me emphasize briefly, collectively as human beings have decided, yeah, this is right, this is the truth, this is what it is. So a lot of that stuff is just not. It's not true. It's not how it works. It was a limited view, a narrow view. And, at its most malicious, it was it was on purpose misinformation, misleading. Okay. So we have a lot of people waking up to this. We have a lot of people who don't know how to talk to each other about things. We have a lot of people who, we're going through a collective trauma. And it's not even just that the trauma is happening right now. We are experiencing the after effects of many years of trauma, while there's also trauma happening at the same time. And really no good evidence that the future is going to be any different. So, babe, we're all dysregulated. All of our nervous systems are tripping, And so when I see a bull like this, I'm like, okay, this is an avoidant person, but like, I don't really blame you. I don't blame you. I'm very avoidant in some aspects of my life too. If you are not in the like 2 closest rings of my life, chances are, I'll be happy to encounter you and engage with you, but maybe not more than once. And that's not anything to do with anybody in particular or personally, but it's about protecting our energy. It's about limiting those direct variables that alter the makeup of our life, our direct personal life. And that could simply be the things that we sit and think about, right? You could be having a wonderful day and then you get, a text message on the family group chat or whatever. If I don't know, do people really have those? Because I don't know. I know my family does not. But you're just going about your day. You get a text. Well, let me just, because I have people I love, I do have group chats with people who I consider my family. Okay. These, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've chosen family, and those are, so I'm talking about extendo family that you just don't really even these are like our holiday group chats and stuff. And anyways, you get it some kind of notification or whatever, you look at the text and it pops up, and your day's just like taken over. Maybe not the whole dang old thing, but yeah, you're thinking about it. You're washing vegetables, cutting them up, having a snack, thinking about that group chat. What did aunties say to, the cousin or whatever it is? And there's arguing, and there's this, and there's backhanded this and passive aggressive, or maybe it's all good. Maybe everything's wonderful and you're finding out, oh, there's a big event coming up, or now you're thinking about, well, how much is that going to cost? Do I have time to get off of work for that? And it is. We have to protect our time, our mental, emotional, physical vitality. And I truly am very, very into limiting who has access to you or your family. So when I see the avoidant, I don't necessarily think this is like an avoidant relationship kind of thing where it's like somebody's trying to connect. You're in a relationship. Maybe you're married, maybe you're dating, whatever. Or maybe it's your kid or your parent or whoever. A very established and deep bond kind of relationship. And, we've all seen it, heard it, read about it on the Reddits or whatever. And there's an avoidant person in the relationship. I don't think that's what it is. I think this is more like you are, totally, totally avoiding getting sucked into anything that is going to be overly stimulating, emotional, unreciprocated energies. You're going out of your way to help somebody and do and do and do and do, and there's no appreciation, or they keep taking from you. They might think, oh, this is like a bank, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is. But I see you in this era where it's like, nah, no, I am not getting involved. And because you are not getting involved, it feels like all heck is breaking loose. Why is that? Because what? The intentions were not really good. You were getting pulled into something that was there's already beef. There's already, just, we know what a snake now, I see a snake in the grass and I say, oh, babe, you are beautiful. Thank you for blessing me. Let me see you. I love that you're here. You're helping the ecosystem. But in the more symbolic and popular understanding, a snake in the grass is somebody who is laying in wait, ready to strike. They are somebody who has gotten close to you. They are somebody, maybe you trust them, maybe you don't, but they're close enough that they can see what's going on, and they're waiting. They're just waiting for their moment to get in there and get whatever it is they're trying to, money, the politicking of family or a group of people, right? And what does that mean? Somebody's like trying to angle to be the one that's liked or the one that everybody listens to, whatever, the silly stuff that people do within families. And I feel like for you, it's like, it's not, you don't even have to know what the heck is going on. All you know is, I'm not getting involved, babe. And now I didn't get involved, and everybody is losing their dang old minds, right? It's fighting. It's, things not getting done. They expect you to come in and save the day. You're not going to do that anymore. All that type of thing. And I see you really going through a cleansing cycle. And that's really what it is. You are not putting up with the extra guff of life. You're not putting up with people who are just going to take and take and take and take. Who has time for that anymore? I don't know. In my perception, the world has just really sped up. There are not enough hours in the day. You can tell by my lack of doing readings, there's a lot to be looking at and preparing ourselves, fortifying for, strengthening our friendships, our bonds with our communities, with our families, with our, well, and this is a big thing, our skills, you know, learning new skills, strengthening the ones that we already have, doing those projects, you know what I mean? Living, being alive, my guys, my loves, my babies. To be alive, to be in the thing, not just watching the thing, not just pondering the thing, not just like one day I'll get there, one day it'll be the right time, everything will align perfect, and I get, no. The time is now. The time is always. So this kind of stuff, I'm with you. We have no love for it. We have no love for it. Now, love for those involved, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not a monster. I know I'm not. But I will not put up with, you know, the wasting of resources, the wasting of time, of vitality, of, you know, my attention. And that sounds so narcissistic, doesn't it? Isn't it wild that we live in a world where you can be looked, you know, like, you're so full of yourself. Yeah, babe, I am. Who else is going to be? You know what I mean? It's not that I'm better than anybody, but nobody is going to advocate for me like me. Nobody is going to, you know, run defense and keep everybody that doesn't belong out of here except for me. Nobody is going to come and save me, or you, or any of us. We have to live this life. That's why we're here. Not to passively drift through it, but to be it, to embody it. And so, 100%, babe, I am with you. I support you. Run. If you need to run, run. If you need to, you know, tell them to kick rocks, I'll be right there with you. If you don't know how to, if you don't have the courage, email me. I'll do it for you. I'll tell them. I'll tell them. Okay, so the other thing I want to look at here is, it looks like we have the name Lou or Louie, maybe, and not spelled in the traditional way, but Lou and maybe Y. I know that's not exactly, but I'm going to put, I have a little paper. I'm going to write them down for us. Write them down. I've missed you guys so much. It's been so busy over here with the garden. My daughter had her birthday, and it was so much. She had multiple events for it with different friends and stuff, so it was like a lot. Nothing like super fancy. Don't look your nose at me. I was not I was spoiling her a little bit, but like, you know, Mama's a little cheap over here. We'll find a fun way to do it within reason. Okay, so we have, it looks like 3 people. 3 people. Where are they going? Ooh, trouble with a vehicle. Look at this. The horse looks like it's like fire coming out of it. This right here looks like a person holding an L, right? Hopefully not a loss. Could be, though. Look at this guy up here. What is he doing? Looks like he's offering appeals, maybe, or some kind of admiration to the divine, I would assume. So we have a vehicle problem. We have the horse, which represents the vehicle or the your means of movement. If that's a scooter, if that is, hopefully not your feet being injured in any way. But I will say, please take care of your feet if you can, within what is reasonable for you. As I am getting older, I am knowing and understanding how important keeping our feet together is. We also have the number 43. Okay, so 43. We also had the L. Hopefully it's not too loud, but we have a plane going overhead. Yeah. We also have Homie on the Chariot, but it looks more like the bowl, and so it would be the Knight of Coins discs. And then we have this guy. We have the Shaman. We also have, it looks like the Ace of Cups. So, I mean, really, and this doesn't surprise me either. There seems to be a real movement towards that in between place for you. So you might be somebody that is gifted in some way, some kind of clairvoyance. You might be somebody who can walk in the borderlands, dreams, visions. I don't know. You might be an intentional practitioner of some kind, of magic or religion or some kind of spirituality, or maybe even the high sciences, right? And those cross over into these realms of unknown. Whatever it is, you are very much in the mystery and you have the ability to navigate it more than most. I think, though, that there is some trouble with pulling information back with you. I think that's the thing. So I'm wondering if this is like in a dream space, like if you get a lot of like prophetic dreams, or you're getting a lot of like inspiration for your work, maybe you're a creative or something like this, but you have some turbulence when you're trying to bring things back through that membrane from whatever, the great unknown, back into the material or base reality. And so that would be like, you have a dream, you wake up, you kind of remember it, and it seems very profound. And then, like, you get a drink of water, it's gone. You just can't even recall, what was that about? Wait a second, I kind of remember, So I'm going to tell you, journaling, writing stuff down with your hand and a pen or pencil. I'm not talking. Now, I will always say use the phone if you need to do the, write notes or whatever it is that you use on your phone. But the best way is to commit it to paper, because it just, I don't know, neurologic. And now I'm not, a scientist. I don't know. Or a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I do know it does something. There's a whole different process in the brain to conceptualize something, to find words for it, and then to write those down. Okay. So, it's gone through a variety of gateways, and I feel that it helps deeply with your recall. It's something that you have to work on. It doesn't just come naturally to most people. Now, I work a lot in my dream spaces, and I have for many years, 20 plus years. Um, I have to practice still. I still go through periods of time where I'll go into a lull. I'll stop taking notes. I'll stop keeping a journal. And guess what happens? I don't recall my dreams as easily. And and that can feel very troublesome. When you rely on those connections to not only help with my work, but uh, it's just a place that I really enjoy being. right? I like to be in those kind of more abstract thinking places that, the be in the daemon, so to speak. And I don't mean demon. The daemon is your higher thinking. Okay. Uh, so I feel like this is maybe something that you're going to have to be working on. Okay. You have three people. You have three people around you. And maybe it's two people and you are the third. But I do feel like coming up in the 7th month, we have 7 and we have July. I'm going to go ahead and commit that one. Um, you have these three people. We have the home, home. Coming home to help harvest. And then we also have almost kind of this campfire scene. It looks like we have the little campfire, we have a fish, we have a person over here sitting, and we have what looks like, I don't know, a bird, maybe. We have the home over here. These are the roof. That's a roof, and we have the chimney, and kind of like a like idyllic scene. Now we also have another fish here. We have the letter. I'm gonna go with E. It looks like SON. We have a person here with a scythe and or a sickle. I can't remember which the small ones are. The harvesting, it's like the rounded blade for harvesting. I have a few myself. I like to cut grass with them. Um, we have a person holding the moon. So we have a very like lunar. It almost feels like a sister, a good friend. But we have this coming together, and I think a lot of things are going to be figured out with these three people together. Um, I feel like there's a need for money, right? Who doesn't need money? But I feel like in this communing together, I feel like something is going to be figured out where money is conserved, and maybe not even just conserved, but finding a way to um, grow the money. Okay, so I feel like this is a really um, it's a time of reevaluating, a time of planning, and a time of making that plan start working. Like, and it's all in a short period. It's not like this is something like, well, we're gonna plan for a year how to like change our finances and then we'll start implementing it or whatever. No, like tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like something has to change now. We have the letter H. Okay, so we'll put that there. We also have what looks like a wizard, and we have a smaller person right here. This is the wizard with the hat. We have the apple. So I feel like the apple is about health. I feel like there's been something with the nervous system. Now, this could be things like anxiety, of course, or a dysregulated nervous system. But I almost kind of feel like this is something more, and I see the little lightning bolt, almost something like neuropathy or like tingling in the hands and feet. Maybe like a pinched nerve or something like this. I feel like there will be relief coming. And it's going to feel like magic. But I think really what it comes down to, whatever you find that works for you, if it's like physical therapy, if it's a stretching routine, if it's, getting it, like for me, sometimes the way I sleep, I will get kind of in my elbow, right? My nerve gets kind of wonky in there, and my fingers will be more easily like going to sleep. And it's totally because I just like to hold my pillow while I'm sleeping. I don't know. Anyways, uh, so I've had to retrain myself and get different kinds of pillows at times. And, you know, it might seem like, okay, oh, all of a sudden it just worked and it's getting better. Um, Stay the course. Whatever you find, it will feel like magic and it will be helpful. You know what I mean? And it really, it's not so much magic as it's a simple fix. You know, some little adjustment, and then all of a sudden you're seeing like, you know, better, like everything's getting better. Okay. Um, Also, if there's anything going on, see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment. You know, take it all with a grain of salt. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, we have the number 2 up here as well, and yeah, I think that's it. I'm done. No, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I always miss doing my readings with you. We also let's just pull like a card. I just want to give you like one power card here. All right, look at that. The electricity, the swiftness, the 8 of Wands. So we have that repeated electricity vibe. Things are going to be going fast for you. You know, this isn't like the stretch over years and years. This is like a lot of things are happening right now. And I, listen, I salute you. Um, Protect your energy. Like, skirt all those people. You know what I mean? Just shake them, man. um, you know, it's the best thing you can do in life, probably. From personal experience, you know, from um, your local, I don't even know what to call myself, bog witch. I don't know. I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. I sometimes I get a little offended when I'm called a witch. I am a practitioner, but I am not really super involved in any very Eurocentric system. Lightly, right? But yeah, my composite stuff does not lead me to be a witch. My composite magical system. Um, a harbinger of chaos, maybe, but definitely not a witch. I have all due respect to the witches out there, though. You guys are getting it done, and I should say y'all are getting it done. Not, I will not gender it, but yeah, I am so proud of the magical communities. I mean, there are a few that are just devouring themselves, which is also entertaining to watch on social medias when I'm feeling my very basest. Um, but you know, a lot of other people are doing good work, man. I mean, really, really, and it's not even. Here's the thing that, and I'm gonna ramble here for a minute because I do feel pretty passionate about this. Um, a lot of the people that I have encountered, mostly online, that are doing really interesting and, you know, what I would consider profound um, magical work, even if it's not overtly that, it ends up, you know, being magical work, really, are uh, people who are not initiated into anything. I mean, people who are just a lot of creatives, you know, and that's been the case. Art, being an artist and being a magician, in my opinion, it's the same deal. It's the same deal, bro. Um, you know, and depending on what the magician's doing or what the artist is doing, but it's the same. It's all coming from the same place, and we all drinking and swimming in the same river, right? Same stream, and I don't know, man. It seems like it's a good time. It's a good time for magic. It's a good time for people making just insane and wonderful and beautiful and horrifying and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And I don't know, I'm proud of the communities. I'm proud of the people who are not involved in the communities, you know, even more so maybe as a solitary practitioner. um I'm always excited to see another, you know, and one that's never been even closely initiated into any formal system. Oh, high five to that, baby. Anyways, I love you all. I hope that we talk again real soon. We will. I promise. I'm going to do more readings. All right. I love you. Bye.